Welcome to the show. We will speak to a courageous Chinese dissident who spoke at the 2020 GOP convention. How worried should we be about communist China? There is now a growing illegal immigration crisis on the northern border. The top U.S. general says China's military has become more aggressive to our country over the last 5 years. Here's what he said, and I'm quoting, "China's increasing their aggressiveness in their rhetoric, but also in their activity," said Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley. He also said this, "The volume, the number of Chinese intercepts at sea and in the air have increased significantly over the past 5 years," end of quote. The Australian government said a Chinese warship allegedly used a laser to eliminate an Australian Air Force jet. Meanwhile, China is threatening maritime shipping lanes and continuing to develop and test hypersonic missiles. Here's what Vice President Kamala Harris recently said.
We are also troubled that Beijing has deepened its relationship with Moscow since the war began. Looking ahead, any steps by China to provide lethal support to Russia would only reward aggression, continue the killing, and further undermine a rules-based order.
Joining me to discuss this is Chinese dissident and civil rights activist Chen Guangcheng, who, among other things, sued China over its one-child policy for which he was arrested. Professor William Sanders will translate. Mr. Sanders is a graduate of Harvard Law School, columnist for the National Catholic Bioethics Quarterly, and director of the Program in Human Rights for the Institute of Human Ecology. Mr. Chen, how worried should we be? Are we headed towards World War III?
I think, the Communist Party, in fact, the Communist Party never stopped to try to destroy the freedom system. So I think if we have to think how to resolve the problem from root, not just
from the root.
Yeah, from the root, not just thinking resolve the problems. So in mainland China, all the people understand the Communist Party never stopped to do that, tried to let the people hate America and tried to destroy the system, tried to control the whole world. That is the communism goal.
Mr. Chen, what do you make of this Chinese spy balloon that just traversed over much of the country?
Yeah, for me, I never surprised about this. I know the Communist Party never stopped to do that since long ago. The problem is, the Western government don't want to let the people know that. And not just the spy balloon. In fact, the Communist Party ordered a lot of people, they work in the U.S. to try to destroy our freedom life. They tried to influence to Congress, government, Wall Street, companies, in universities, middle schools, never stop to do that. I know they do that at any moment. They spend a lot of money to do that. Just in Washington, D.C., 200 million 1 year.
They spent 200 million?
Yes.
Mr. Chen, as you know, the Hunter Biden laptop exposed Hunter Biden's business dealings, overseas dealings. The Penn Biden Center got some tens of millions of dollars from the Chinese government, we believe. Do you think it's fair to say that the president is compromised by China?
I think we should throw away appeasement. The Communist Party is an enemy of humanity. We should stop any enemy to make a deal with them.
The president recently said that China is a competitor, and he didn't say that China was an enemy or an adversary. Is he being naive?
Yeah, not enough, I think. The Communist Party always thinking how to destroy the democracy system. They never stopped to that. So I think the U.S. Government, the president, anyone should stand up and find a way to throw the CCP in heap of history.
In the trash can?
In the trash heap of history, yeah.
Is China preparing to invade Taiwan?
I think that we should change the word, not China, the Communist Party. The Communist Party is not China. The Communist Party does not represent the Chinese people. So the problem is the Communist Party. The Communist Party, coerced the government, kidnapped the country. So that is very important. So if the Communist Party, of course, the Communist Party never stopped thinking how to get Taiwan, because Taiwan's the democratic system is a good example. Compare these two different systems, Chinese people will understand that democracy much more better than regime. The authoritarian regime. So the people will try to change the state, the party state system. So that is the Communist Party. That is why the Communist Party always think to destroy Taiwan's political system.
If the Chinese party, as you predict, invades Taiwan, what should America do, Mr. Chen? What should the West do?
Of course, America should stand with Taiwan, with Chinese people, and use the military to stop the Communist Party. I believe the U.S. military much more strong than the Communist Party's military. The Raptor fly from Guam to Taiwan only need 70 minutes. The Communist Party's boat tried to come to Taiwan, they need 3 hours, right? So the time enough to stop them. The problem not between Taiwan and mainland China. The problem in Washington, D.C. If Washington, D.C. really don't want to let that happen, that will not happen. If they ignore the Communist Party to do the bad thing, the second Pearl Harbor will happen in the future.
So, Mr. Chen, you feel that if the United States makes it clear that there will be a military response in the event that the Communist Party invades Taiwan, the Communist Party will back down and not do it?
Of course. If the U.S. they know the Communist Party prepared to do that, just one call can resolve the problem. The U.S. gives Beijing a call. If you really to do that, you will get in trouble. The Communist Party will stop that. So that is, I understand the Communist Party because I oppose it 7 years. I know what they are thinking. I know what they want to do.